Hey, Nation, Harry here, and what a special treat today. We have a panel of people that are going to describe a unique opportunity that's right here, right now, that you may not have been aware of, and it can be another arrow in your quiver and a positive addition to your MSP portfolio. And with that said, we're going to start with Joe down in the Bay Area, an MSP. Joe, introduce yourself, your company, and then I want to walk through our little journey.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Harry. My name is Joe Marker. I'm the CEO of Function One IT based here in San Francisco, Bay Area, California. We've been in business 14 years, traditional MSP, approach. We're either augmenting or becoming the company's IT business unit. And in the last 3 years, really been making a much harder push into becoming that, really pushing, 5 years or so, that trusted advisor, but the last 3 years around owning the transformation process as an advocate alongside the customer. And especially now in this grand experiment we're on, that's more important than ever.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. People are asking SMB Nation for what is an opportunity. It doesn't even have to be the next great thing. It can just be an additional opportunity, and that's what this conversation's about. So you and I got together recently on a blog about network discovery and third-party maintenance. It's a motion. And so let's go to the front of that motion. So you go to a customer site, or your employees go to a customer site, you do a network assessment. Tell me what that's about. And you had a unique twist that you kind of viewed it as business continuity, being that trusted business advisor.
Absolutely. I mean, all of us go out, right, in the MSP space, and we're selling on an audit or providing that as a soft entry, maybe giving it as a freebie if they sign up.
Yep.
But this key motion, as you were mentioning, for us to assess risk. And it's important to note that risk is not only for us, but for the customer. And that's the trick, really, is that we need to help the customer see the risk in their environment. And by getting in, the reason I talk about it from a business continuity standpoint, especially now when funds are tight, sales opportunities for a lot of customers are in some cases non-existent. We're just trying to ride out the storm. And so having people non-billable in your environment is not acceptable. And so that's where we really look first, is what equipment puts us at risk, where do we have underperforming devices, places that we can either ensure that we have that extended coverage, keep people operable, or maybe we look for replacements, obviously, as appropriate.
Yeah, and I'd like having to get to know you. You're about long-term relationships with your customer. Customers you've grown organically, and now more than ever, there's nothing like challenging and changing times to, boy howdy, sharpen the saw as a business owner providing a service. Let me tell you, the phone doesn't ring twice. For me, I get the phone on the first ring. No time to be lazy. So well, I'll tell you what, let's talk about in the network discovery process. So Isaac is joining us from Atera, and so you have a tool that the likes of a Joe could use to go to the customer site. Tell us about it from both a business point of view and then the technical point of view. How does the tool work?
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Isaac. Thanks, Harry, for introducing me. So on Atera, you will be working under an agent model. So when you install the agent, you would install the Atera agent on your domain controller. Upon doing so, you would put in your admin credentials for the domain controller and run a scan. Now, within doing this scan, you will get a full report of the network, and that's going to tell you about aging OS devices. It'll give you a full list of the workstations and the servers. It'll tell you about storage devices, SNMP devices, switches, monitors, printers, everything within a report format to give you everything that you need in one view. Now, while that's great, there's an additional component, and that's exactly what we're talking about, and that's opportunities. Now, this scan, after an initial scan, is going to happen daily. So pretty much it's like an additional technician that's working for you in the background that's also making you a better and more proactive, trusted advisor for your customers, which is what we need to be at the end of the day. So it's going to bring new opportunities to your attention. Those opportunities can be devices which you aren't monitoring, so they don't have the Atera agent installed. It could be SNMP devices, just as we mentioned, printers, switches, routers, anything along those lines that have been added, and you may not be aware of them. And instead of waiting for your customer to notify you, you'll be able to be aware, you'll be able to be alerted about them. And moreover, as we had just mentioned, it's just as important to monitor those devices and make sure they're constantly in warranty. So when devices are aging, you will have a list and you'll be able to see that, and you'll be warned to let you know, hey, maybe it's time for a discussion with your client. And that's really important. That's key to really being that trusted advisor for your customers and making sure that you can be proactive. You can go out there and tell your customers, hey, we need to talk. This is happening right now. We can't leave this aside. It may look good today, but let's not wait for the disaster tomorrow. And those are
Exactly.
conversations you want to have.
No, exactly. And I thank you. And I've had a chance to actually look at and work with some MSPs with your network discovery tool. And a couple thumbs up on that one. It's and especially the price point. Hey, folks, by the way, down below, you'll see the link to the blog called MSP Moneymaker, Network Discovery and Third-Party Maintenance. So you can kind of get the whole picture in addition to this interview. So now we're going to bounce out to Austin, Texas, and Scott Lopez. And Scott, introduce yourself, and then I want to kind of tell the audience a little bit about the book you have coming out.
Yeah, thanks, Harry. Appreciate it. Thanks to meet you guys. Yeah, I'm Scott Lopez, the founder of Zeppel Productions, Inc. We are a pretty unique company. I've been in distribution channel for 20 plus years, with all the major distributors like Ingram Micro, Tech Data, and Cenex, and we produce private labels and exclusive brands for distributors and resellers for a turnkey solution. And a couple of years ago, we saw a need for fill a hole for the hardware that's not going to be sold the next couple of years, and not to mention get into the TPM space, but with something new, something that we're calling AOM, which is alternative to OEM maintenance. And we created AOM and we push it through the channel because we want guys like Joe to feel safe about offering a maintenance program that's not a traditional TPM program, right? TPM today it's been around for decades. Everyone knows the big players and they're great companies, but most of these companies compete with their partners, right? A lot of these guys at the enterprise level, especially, they compete directly with the resellers. So we thought, how can we create a safe environment, a safe ecosystem, and that's push it through your oldest, most trusted partner, distribution. It's not users direct, not their business. They never have, they never will. So we've created a model that is like consuming the OEM maintenance from distribution as close to possible, I should say, right? From the order process to grabbing all the data information, all the POS information, all the end user information, and starting at disti and pushing it to the end user, all through automation that we've built specifically for the MSPs out there and the VARs and resellers, right? I'm an old guy, so everyone's still a VAR to me. And that's the main point, right? I have to remind everybody, hey, it's about value add, and that value add is where Isaac comes into play, right? And that Atera and being proactive, right? We looked at a lot of RMM solutions, and by far between my service delivery, my engineering team, and our customers, they all loved Atera. Everyone, I'm talking at least 10 different tools that we looked at. We're going with Atera, and I think guys like Joe are going to like our product because we're doing a lot of the work, with Joe and behind the scenes, right, with the MSPs out there, and we've created a turnkey solution that doesn't cost anything, right? This is an automation built program through disti that's turnkey. Doesn't cost anything, zero liability. Don't sell someone else's TPM, sell your own. They're your customer. You're doing the maintenance ultimately. So we think that we're the only channel friendly player out there. And that's why I created AOM. I didn't want to be a TPM. We wanted to be something new. So that's it. That's our story, Harry.
Yeah. So let me kind of frame it up, folks, and then we'll give a shout out to your forthcoming book. So Joe is an MSP in the Bay Area, gets up every day and does it all day long. So he's gonna, as we line up the conversation, he's gonna go to a new customer, maybe an existing customer, and do a risk assessment, a network discovery routine. What's going on? What do we have? What's coming out of warranty? The middle of that motion is going to be the Ateras of the world that have the actual tool and report back. And then, Scott, it feels like then there's a little bit of a handoff, right? Once we have that information, then Joe can log on to one of your portals and upload the information and make business purchase decisions, and more importantly, benefit from the automation and the speed to get the bid out to the proposal out to the customer. So quick comment on that, because that's what I saw in your portal was you're compressing time so Joe can be more responsive now more than ever.
Right. Yeah. So in our 2 years of discovery, that we're still growing on this, we realized that having your own portal and asset management, contract management, license management had to be the nucleus of this thing. That's where everything starts, right? So with Isaac's tool and Atera going out and crawling the network and getting all the serial numbers and getting all the hardware we're able to put into our portal and then do reverse serial number lookups to see what's covered by the OEM, what maybe double coverage or it hasn't been covered. So you can offer your customer a budget instantly, because what we do is we cross-reference all of those serial numbers with manufacturer part numbers, which cross-references manufacturer map price, which we can do an instant budget. So if you upload 10,000 Cisco hardware switches, routers, anything out there, we're going to be able to give you a price instantly for different SLAs for the customer. So again, we've tried to automate as much as possible through our portal. And the most important thing is that portal is free, right? We're not a software company, we're a maintenance company. So we like to give these tools to our customers for free, and we let them brand that for free. We let them, if they want to monetize it with their customers, because a lot of people charge for asset management and contract management. There's hundreds of tools out there. All we've done really is built a dashboard for a spreadsheet. There's a lot of them out there. But again, our VP and general manager is like, we're not a software company, we're a maintenance company. Let's give this tool to everybody for free so they can be their own TPM. We don't need to offer someone else's. Be your own guy, and we're going to help you power that program for you guys.
So, and again, a shout out to your forthcoming book, The Ultimate Guide to AOM, from the creator of AOM. Find it on Amazon and other places. So thank you, Scott. Isaac, any final words? I want to again emphasize both of the characters here who were part of the solution are right-sized on your pricing, and that's your reputation. Any final words from Atera?
If you really want to try it, head to atera.com and sign up. Free 30-day trial. Our pricing is really unique. We're the first of our kind and disruptive in that we charge per technician. If you're one technician and you can manage 10,000 devices or more power to you. And really, it's all encompassing. You have it all. RMM, PSA, remote management, network discovery, security, backup, everything you could possibly need in one glass pane.
All right, Joe, we're going to end with you. What I conclude from our conversation today is relevancy and stickiness. That you're in with the customer, you're what they used to call the kitchen cabinet. You got the lawyer, you got the CPA, now you have the MSP. Final thoughts, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I would just relay to my colleagues out there. I think Scott touched on this a moment ago. Don't leave the opportunity on the table. This is something you're doing already. It's, as we've discussed here, it's getting easier and faster to be able to do this on your own. And I think a lot of smaller MSPs have convinced themselves they don't have time. So they leave it to the VAR or someone else that they're going to purchase from. So this is money you're leaving on the table. And as you just mentioned, Harry, this is our experience and others. Your customers would prefer to buy from you. You have that direct relationship, and there's a lot of trust there. So take advantage of it.
All right, we'll make that the final word. So Joe, Isaac, Scott, thanks for your time. And the blog is listed below. Have a great day, everybody.